The Bentonville Farmers Market returned to the downtown square today. The long-standing tradition features growers from across Northwest Arkansas. If you missed out today, the Farmers Market will be open every Saturday morning on the downtown Bentonville Square until Halloween. Also this morning, a record number of runners hit the streets of downtown Springdale for the 50th annual Hogy Marathon. The nonprofit event raised more than $35,000 for local charities last year. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach spoke with runners this morning about what motivates them to cross the finish line.
Get set. Winner, go!
For the 50th year in a row, the Hogy Marathon brought runners from across the region to Northwest Arkansas. The race, which started back in 1977, has become a tradition in Springdale, with both a full and half marathon drawing hundreds of participants.
It's my first full, but I've done halves.
This is my first race ever.
For some, the race is about more than just the miles. Lane Udisky says running is rooted in his faith.
We get to have fellowship together each and every Saturday, and to get to not only run, but spread the word, and just like I said, have fellowship and work towards our common goal of sharing faith with everybody.
Others say what keeps them going is friends and family cheering them on.
And that's like what pushes you to the finish line. Just seeing them at the finish line and making signs and stuff like that is really fun.
Roommates Tristan Cook and Priscilla Husby signed up for the half marathon as a way to challenge themselves together while also giving back.
We just signed up as roommates. We thought it'd be a fun thing to do, a way to give back through donations too. We usually don't run like super long distances, so it was just like fun bonding.
They say no matter how long it takes, the goal is simple: finish together.
As long as it gets done, I'll be fine.
Yeah, we know we can finish it, so that's what we want, just to cross the finish line.
In Springdale, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Here's a look at the winners in this year's Hogy Marathon. Jesus Galindo finished first. The 29-year-old from Springdale clocked at 2 hours and 50 minutes. Lauren Creed from West Fork finished top for the women at 3 hours and 13 minutes. Also today, paracyclists and their guides took on the roads in Bentonville, all chasing a national title. It marks the first time the city has hosted the event, and athletes say they hope it won't be the last. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman caught up with a few of the cyclists.
Earlier today, athletes raced through the streets of Bentonville for the USA Cycling Paracycling Road National Championships. It's one of the most adaptive cycling championships in the country, and it's bringing elite athletes right here into Bentonville.
Winning the USA Paracycling Road National Championship is essential for differently abled athletes aspiring to compete at the Paracycling Road World Championship.
I was diagnosed with a rare form of macular degeneration called Stargardt's when I was 10 years old. So I don't have any central vision, so I just have peripheral vision. It's similar to like an age-related macular degeneration, but as a youth.
Owen Cravens, like many other athletes, races with a guide by his side, relying on trust, timing, and constant communication throughout the race.
I ride on the back of a tandem bike, and then my guide is on the front.
His guide, also called a pilot, William Seitz, says his job is to handle the steering and braking.
It's very inspiring. I've learned a lot about what it requires to work together.
Devin Galati grew up in Bentonville and has known Cravens for years, a connection that first started through film. He helped capture Owen's story in a documentary.
His documentary is a story that I think encompasses a lot of people's hardship right now and what they're going through in the world, and inspiring to people to understand that you can still do things, you can still have a quality life, and you can accomplish things that are amazing.
We're aiming to get the title of national champion.
And that's exactly what they did.
For athletes like Cravens, it's about trust, adaptation, and pushing past limits most never face. In Bentonville, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
The championship will resume tomorrow at 9 a.m. at Fulbright Junior High School. And if you want to learn more about Owen's story, you can find the full documentary on our website, 5newsonline.com. Well, the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education held a community open house event earlier today. Visitors were given the opportunity to see interactive demonstrations on campus, including medical scenarios on mannequins and interactive exercises showing how the body works. Faculty and students participate in free clinics and other outreach events throughout the year. We spoke to some of the center's professors about why these events are so important.
Some people are not aware that there is a medical school here, so we first and foremost wanted to let people know what we're doing in the community. And we also just wanted to open up the space so that people can see the research and all the things going on. And yeah, just really get the community involved.
Yeah, we just wanted to show off our faculty, show off our students. They're all really excited to be here, and show what we do every day out here training the future of healthcare.
Campus also featured tours and classroom activities in the osteopathic medicine, health sciences, as well as their health and wellness research centers. Vice President J.D. Vance says after more than 20 hours of talks with Iranian officials, there's still no agreement between the countries to end the war that's now in its 7th week. He made the announcement to reporters tonight before departing back to the United States.
We have been at it now for 21 hours, and we've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. So we go back to the United States having not come to an agreement. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could. And they have chosen not to accept our terms.
Vance said the U.S. negotiating team was in touch with President Donald Trump throughout the talks. The team also consulted with other members of the president's national security team and military leaders. Vice President didn't offer any timeline for future negotiations or how it will impact the ongoing ceasefire between Iran and the United States. We'll continue monitoring developments from the White House and bring you the latest updates on negotiations to end the war in Iran on 5newsonline.com. Well, the first astronauts to visit the moon in more than 50 years were able to reunite with their loved ones today, less than 24 hours after returning to Earth. The 4-person crew received a hero's welcome as they took the stage at Ellington Field near NASA's Johnson Space Center. The astronauts' arrival back in Houston came just 20 hours after their picture-perfect splashdown, landing in the Pacific Ocean. The crew says they are permanently changed by the historic mission, which took them farther from Earth than any human beings have ever traveled.
Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, we are bonded forever. And no one down here is ever going to know what the 4 of us just went through. And it was the most special thing that will ever happen in my life.
The crew spent nearly 10 days in orbit, traveling to the far side of the moon and collecting numerous images of the lunar surface. The Artemis 2 mission successfully set the stage for the Artemis 3 space mission, currently scheduled for mid-next year.